It's just getting worse and worse here in Ukraine at the moment. I spoke to you last hour about how Ukrainian tanks and troops and military vehicles were patrolling Kyiv at the moment, but now actually Russian forces are now trying to make their way into Kyiv as those airstrikes were actually still being launched on the city, but now we're seeing troops trying to make their way and invade the capital of Ukraine. That's how intense this situation has got now here on the ground. You spoke earlier about the airports here. The Antonov International Airport in the town of Hostomel has actually now been fully seized by the Russians. You mentioned the 40 civilians killed. So there just really has been a lot of military movement by both sides at the moment. As we still are making our way out of the city, we're seeing a lot of Ukrainian military making their way in different directions here. We're not going to give too much away about the information about the movements of the Ukrainian military, obviously, for obvious reasons, but there still is they are doing the absolute, everyone is moving in every direction, trying to do what they can, and there is a lot of movement of what we can see. There has been, Volodymyr Zelensky has fully declared a full-scale martial law now, and has actually asked all civilians that have any military experience whatsoever to take up arms if they can. And I can go ahead and say, as second what Boris Johnson just said then about the Ukrainian people, because I've been here for 3 weeks now and met a lot of them. They are incredibly passionate people and incredibly patriotic people, and they will do whatever they can for their country and for their land. I've met many people, many civilians who have said that they would fight for their country and they would take up arms if they had to, if it really came down to this. So I have absolutely no doubt that with that call from Volodymyr Zelensky, that many people are going to follow suit and do exactly that.
Yeah, Sarah, Zelensky actually said what Russia did was a suicide mission. Sarah, I know you were pretty much stuck in traffic. People, we have a video of just like cars in gridlock trying to get out. What was it like for you to be stuck in there? And I know that you got out, but lots of people are still trapped.
There are a lot of people still trapped trying to get out of the city. And I think it's because most people didn't expect this to happen so quickly. This is within 48 hours or 24 hours, really, of President Putin saying that he was going to make this invasion on Ukraine. So it happened so fast and so quickly that no one really had a game plan. So people are just heading in any direction, really. The majority of people hadn't prepared to fill their cars with petrol, to go to the supermarket, to go to the pharmacy, and this is where we're seeing the major build-ups. Most people are lining up at the petrol station still, and those lines are causing the major blockages in these roads. We actually have seen civilians get out of their cars, pull up on the side of the road and start directing traffic themselves, because there is no one else to do it. There's no police on the roads in order to direct these traffic in these jams, in these major in these major like thoroughfares or anything like that. So people are just doing what they can, and people are really supporting each other in these lines in the supermarkets, the lines at the ATMs, in order to just help each other here, because no one really knows what they're doing. Everyone's just trying to help each other get by in whatever way that they can. So there is no real order of panic. People are very calm in this situation. Everyone's just trying to help get by and just sort of leave in an orderly fashion, but still make sure that they are prepared and have got the essentials that they need in order to leave and still make sure that they're safe.
Okay. All right. Sarah Williamson, thank you so much. Please stay safe. Thank you.